Ian, can you hear me? Ben, speak. Let me see if I can hear you.
Hello.
Okay, wonderful. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Monsieur, Madame,
Morning, Rinpoche.
and thanks to the kindness of men, I believe I can hear you now, and you can hear me. Is that correct?
Yes, Rinpoche.
Wonderful. And hopefully, I don't have to get up and make some different arrangements, even though it is morning here and evening there. Bon dia. How is Laura? Good? Wonderful. So, Sunday morning appears to be a nice day outside. I'm sure you're just waiting to get out into nature, take a hike, your cat, walk your cat, cuddle your doggy, etc. As I was been thinking this week, where are we now? My teacher would ask, where are you now? It is time has passed so swiftly, it's as though time has not passed at all. I'm a little confused. I'm not sure if we are still in the middle of a pandemic, or it is starting to subside, or only in various pockets. It appears as though, as best as we can, we are returning to whatever we deem as being a pattern of normalcy. So when I ask myself and ask of you, where are you now? Are we falling back into our comfortable patterns? Comfortable patterns. And for me, sometimes I think the comfortable patterns of entanglement. As I wrote to someone this morning, they asked me, how am I doing? And I kept it short and just said, I am riding the waves of samsara. But the rest of it said, in a small boat with a toothpick for an oar. It's not an original statement, it came from Lama Gillick. But can you just see, holding a little toothpick up and down on the waves of samsara? And maybe when you go down, you should go, wee! And then you go up, and yeah, hold your hands up. You might as well enjoy it, right? Because whether you like it or not, we will ride the waves of samsara. But through practice, we can ride the waves of samsara, and eventually they will dissipate into the placidness of the sea. And in the placidness of the sea, as I have seen the moonlight shining on the Pacific Ocean, I don't know what the bay is called in Estoril. Many nights I would just sit by my window and look out into the bay in Estoril in Portugal and see the full moonlight shimmering upon the sea. Then slowly that small boat would pass in front of the moonlight beams, serene and placid and calm I would be. So I would like to think perhaps that is where, in actuality, we can really be. We can be there at any moment we choose to see. But we're so busy going about our patterns that we lose sight of ourselves, you and me. So again, to take a moment and ask yourself, where am I now? The pattern of Sunday morning, the pattern of Pachisi squares I see before me. On this small screen, they beam about so gleefully. And I ask, don't fall into the trap of just going about the patterns of where you're at. Ask yourself, renew yourself every moment, and be present in the moment. But I want to drop that last phrase, be present. Because when we hear the word be present in the moment, there's sort of a stoppage or a compartmentalizing of a moment of time, which at a relative level perhaps, but an ultimate level is absurd. How can we capture a moment of time? Just a moment of time, let me be, we say. But that's why I said just be present. Presentness is everness. It has no beginning, no end, no high or low or form or shape or color. It does not begin, does not end. So take a breath in and being present, not becoming, but being present. Just being present, present to presentness. Rest. Can we be more present than we are at a given point in time? If you can, please let me know. Now, perhaps we could be more aware of the full potentiality of our awakened state in the presentness, to really recognize one's present awareness. If you could be more, then part the time, enter into that other dimension of reality where maybe the sun is even more shine. I don't know. I have tried, but not succeeded. So therefore, I find comfort, as Long Jempa would say, comfort and ease in being present. And maybe Dr. Seuss would say, be present, please. Remove your chains and your shackles. Go chains, let change is still entrapment, isn't it? Break all chains and be free. Free from coming and going. And maybe Long Chenpa would say, let go, let be. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Speaking of patterns, may this pattern continue as long as it can. The pattern of breathing in, appreciate. And the pattern of breathing out, appreciate. This word appreciate, I play around with how it is said in different quadrants of our, I guess, country. I don't know if it's something just indigenous to Utah. When I listen to people say, I appreciate you, but it is shortened and augmented as a vernacular, which I won't even try to do. But I always thought, what does that word say? I appreciate you. I do. I appreciate you. And as I look upon my two-dimensional reality this morning and see so many faces, how can I not say, I appreciate you? But the question I still want to ask myself is, where are we now? I don't want to fall into some pedantic, rhetoric pattern. Well, now we must do puja, now we do recitation, now this, now that. No, every moment I'm renewing. So it is never old again. It's always riding the wave anew and descending with a sort of a joyousness, because we understand that the wave and the calmness of the sea are not different. It's only my perception that I allow it to be. The rising of the wave issues forth from the sea, and from the sea it returns, right, calmly, placidly. It is always present, isn't it? Alan Watts, muddied water left unstirred will become clear. But our habit and our pattern, we're constantly stirring. We have so many pots on the stove. Stir this one, stir that one. Watch this one. Top off of that one. Top on this one. Shake this one. Maybe don't cook anything. Stop cooking in your mind. Let the stove do the cooking. The stove is cooking. Our mind is cooking. No wonder we're exhausted and not even knowing it. Again, maybe it is amusing, but the sage of absurdity, Tuanxie, he says you only can look at the life, lean back and laugh and laugh and laugh. Laugh at the absurdities of the life and enjoy it because it's so fleeting. Don't make so much strife. It comes and it goes. That's the way it is. Just like clouds in the vastness of the sky passing by. Isn't it like that to a degree? Maybe it's just my warped Perception, sitting too much on my seat, who knows, but not enough again. So once again, take a breath in, breathing out. We are all free. It is just an illusion that they have imposed upon you and me. If I believe I am enshackled, then I will constantly struggle to be free. But the moment we sit and be still, then we can see. But in a way, it is coming and more prevalent in our society, in our culture, where the quality of stillness is valued, to be still. Mahatma Gandhi, the purpose of life is not necessarily to go faster and faster, but to paraphrase, slow down and rest and connect to the inner freedom that each one of us has at this very moment. What if I didn't buy and run around and go here and go there? Then I would think, what happened if a vast majority of individuals did that? What would the effect? Well, I could tell you one effect. I'll reach back into the past. In the 50s, Selma, Alabama, and many other places in India, passive resistance and peaceful discord. If we cannot sit in the front of your buses and ride, then we will not sit in the back. We will watch as you go by. The bus boycotts of Birmingham, Selma, Montgomery brought it to a standstill because people said, we will not be bound and shackled by your ideology, your prejudice, your hatred, etc., which has changed to a vast degree. But in a way, aren't we still sitting at the back of the bus? Maybe get off of the bus, sit on your seat, and be still. Take a breath in, breathing out. Then if I could be so bold to say, if this is just a pattern, and we're merely coming to our seat out of a sense of adherence to some responsibility, then get up and go for a walk. But if you recognize the value of who you are as, I like to say, carbon-based conscious entities existing in a multi-cosmos universe, and that our intention, our motivation, and our intention is to engage in a practice to recognize the full potential of that consciousness so that we may be of greater benefit to others and join the cadre of those who have gone before, who are existing now, and who will come after. Then every day, every moment of presence has purpose. That we can see around us the degree of not just suffering, but suffering and discontent and anger and confusion, etc., but also happiness and joy and peace. That to promote a balance between these two seemingly opposite poles. To say we want to live in an idealistic culture, utopian environment where everyone is happy, everyone is smiling, no struggle, nothing like this. I don't know. Maybe a little struggle is the essence of creativity. Even though I was speaking with Professor Metz last Monday. He sent me one disturbing one about Nietzsche, which I won't go into. But adversity can be the fertilizer for creativity. We need that struggle sometimes, but isn't about our perspective and perception of how we engage in it, that it's not overcoming. We're not overwhelmed, but we see it as an opportunity to grow. I think I saw some quote somewhere: a small seed planted in fertile ground must push through the earth to break free of its earth bound. In order to grow, it has to struggle and push through the environment in which is it embedded. But when it does, what can we see? A beautiful lotus. I want to be like this, the white lotus that blooms and radiates in 10 directions, loving kindness and compassion for all to see. And even if it's not seen, it's not important, because that is only sort of part of our culture. Always cultures, look at me, can't you see? Maybe better just to stay hidden like the great masters. And the light that is radiate and permeates the totality of space is absorbed, but its source is never seen. The source is endless. There is no in between. Maybe like this, the great masters would go high into the caves and into the hermitages and into the deserts and into their city dwellings and practice with the intention of radiating loving kindness and compassion, joyousness and equanimity, fill the space with knowledge and wisdom, and then just disappear. Our great master did this. Segwan Rinpoche Rinpoche. Supposedly the story, maybe I have to get more of the story, but part of the story is, I'm not sure if he was an activist. At that time, I don't know if they used that word in Tibet. But anyway, supposedly he was running for his life and riding his horse, fleeing from being chased either by army or bandits, we're not sure. But as he's riding his horse, and again, he was a great, great practitioner, riding his horse, a great wind came up, it said. And he, in the horse, was pulled up into the air. Now, this is possible, we know. He pulled up into the air, but something else miraculous happened. He disappeared. He obtained the radiant body of light, and it is reported that they saw a great light. And there, shortly after, the wind died down, but he and the horse were never found. And it was believed and viewed and is documented that Segwan Rinpoche obtained the rainbow body. Take a breath in, breathing out. The essence of that light is ever present. Absorb the blessings into the cellular structure, atomic structure, the microatomic. Draw in, and just having a thought. One receives, one begins. Take a breath in, breathing out. And as I was preparing for this morning and thinking about last night, thinking to myself, where are we now? So I asked you again. Renew and reaffirm your samya, damsik. What is samya? Samya, connection. Damsik, connection. We don't have to make it so profound. Simple. You connect to your colleagues, you connect to your pets, you connect to those you love, your professions, your possessions. So why would we not connect to the essence of our own intrinsic enlightened nature and think it's so far away? You can look left or right, and I'm sure you will see something you would not want to give away. But we take a different approach. May I give away my enlightened nature? May I not hold on to it? I offer it up for the benefit of all sentient beings. I would hope that each and every one of you are blessed as you are with the Buddha nature. Have no doubt. But that Buddha nature do not hold on to, because there's nothing to hold on to. Give it away. In the practice, we are told, even Buddha nature, when we say Sashipo, everything, give away. If you could give one iota of your being to bring happiness, wouldn't you do that? Buddhists and great masters, they did this. So reconnect. If we don't reconnect to our tradition with a faith, and devotion, and trust, and commitment, and conviction, then it just becomes a pattern by rote. Something like so often we see doing now for entertainment. Dharma is not entertainment, but it is being sold as entertainment. Even the words associated with Dharma. I was driving and I stopped at the light and I happened to look across to my left, and what did I see? A van, and on the side of the van, written in blue, it said Carvana. And I just laughed. I was standing next to the vehicle of Carvana, and the sign, and it happened to be blue. Why blue? Because blue is the essence of the Dhammakaya. Blue is the color of Samantabhadra. And I thought, I don't know if they went that far in their scope of advertising, but very clever. White and blue and Carvana. How can you miss with a name like that? And then later on in the day, I think I was looking at the news and a commercial came on about your credit score. And how do you check your credit score? You go to Karma Credit. Karma Credit. I need Karma Credit. I want to put Karma Credit in the bank. Good, virtuous Karma Credit. And the non-virtuous Karma Credit, may it be depleted from my account. I hope you play upon the words and the concepts that are prevalent in our culture, and you laugh like the trained seer. You have to laugh at the absurdity of how it is being put forth and go, wonderful, things are changing. Look how media is presenting the concept, as I've said before, of the importance of family, the importance of connection, the importance of sharing, the importance of love. All of these are not new concepts. These are ancient concepts. They have arisen from the ethereal eternalness of the cosmos itself. Chaos breeds harmony, and harmony is born of chaos. So maybe that's why Long Chenpa said, let your confusion arise as wisdom. And one cannot say, I don't know something, unless you have really investigated. You really have thought about it. I investigated, I thought about it, I don't know. Oh, wonderful. When someone says, I don't know. And I like to say to myself, not yet. Somewhere, the answer of knowing this is there. My responsibility is to investigate, is to analyze, is to dissect it and deconstruct it to its essence. Like Rinpoche said, to know the essence of the wetness of water. To know the essence of the wetness of water. What is the wetness of water? But then I can ask the same question. What is the essence of the Buddha nature? What is its essence? Take a breath. Breathe out and just rest your mind in presentness. The essence or the kernel, the ground, or Lama is the basis or the primordial ground of that Buddha nature lies in that moment of wakefulness as you breathe out. And just before you breathe in, recognize, breathe in, breathe out, wakefulness. Like that. I'm trying to think what Rinpoche said to me in some of the last teachings, again, about this resting in present awareness, resting in present wakefulness. Oh, now I remember. He was talking about how to breathe and to breathe out more than you breathe in. So you breathe out and only a little breath comes in. And they remain present or in the continuity of presentness as you breathe out and a little breath in. And again, as I was driving the other day, it came to me remembering about how breath and will and mind are interconnected. And that part of the practice was to allow mind to rest, awareness, consciousness, to rest in its primordial naturalness and not be disturbed by the coming and going of breath. So breathe in and leave awareness alone. And breathe out and leave awareness alone. So isn't it when you do that, it's like we are a viewer, a witness. We are witnessing the breath comes in. And we're witnessing the breath as it flows out. In the same way, I'm not sure, maybe I was driving down the hill and I said to myself, I am in a dream. I'm driving in a dream, dreaming that I am driving. Pay attention and wake up. Oh, it's such a wonderful dream. But maybe isn't it like that? We fall into the patterns and we believe what we are dreaming and creating to be substantially, intangibly, permanently real. What is that? Inexhaustible delusions? My inexhaustible illusions of dreaming. Wake up. Aren't we in a dream at this morning? Right now. I'm dreaming, I'm seeing so many wonderful beings on a small screen. But there's no beings on a small screen. If I go in and I try to separate the screen, and maybe I want to touch Master Z, but I can't really touch him. Not through the screen. But for us, we don't need screen. Merely the lotus flower of loving kindness and compassion, the light that radiates from my heart, I send to thee. But I'm only a conduit, a way station, real master is sitting above my head. I was thinking, you're not a pattern of obligation. Whether I am your teacher, whether I am your guide, whether I'm your friend, for me, allow me to be your acquaintance. You are acquainted with me, and I will try to be a good guide. When I fall off the precipice of the cliff, you will know, turn around and go in a different direction. But my master, Urgyen Rinpoche, he is still ever present. Kunju Mother Rinpoche, ever present. Amakaji Rinpoche, ever present. Jada Rinpoche, so many teachers, all present. If I could just, like in there's one movie I saw with Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi. And they were two warlocks, and they were sending lightning bolts out from their fingers. I want to send the lightning bolts of loving kindness out from my heart, from my fingers, from my eyes, from my voice, from my whole body, and be a conduit. May you be flooded at this very moment with the blessings and the knowledge and the wisdom and the grace that surrounds you in the totality of space. Breathe it in. Into every atom, breathe it out. At an atomic quantum level, a cellular, biological level, that we have the ability, like a starfish perhaps, maybe metaphorically speaking, we can grow an appendage. But the real appendage that I think we could work on growing is the appendages of knowledge, the appendages of wisdom, the appendages of loving kindness and compassion. I want to grow the appendages of joyousness, and at the center, hopefully, the appendage of equanimity. Practice this way. Very practical, I think. We don't get caught in the profundity. What is emptiness? What is karma? What is reincarnation? What are the true truths? What is the distinguishing aspects between the physical and we can go on and on. The amount of books could fill the space from where I am to where you are, end to end, and still not be complete. Kunjo Mother Rinpoche, all of my teachers, again, I hear they keep saying, simplify, make it simple, which is difficult for me to do because I dislike complication. You know that, blah, 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 blah. Make it simple where you can relate to what you're doing, that you actually, there's a feeling, because you can't fake Dharma practice. You have to delve deeply into it. I am on the island of Guam, and I have been thrown into the Marianas Trench, and I have not hit bottom. I'm still sinking in the trench. I want to be inundated like a sponge from the sea to completely absorb the Dharma that is without and that is within me. Imagine sinking in the deep waters of the sea, absorbing every aspect until you're permeated with the Dharma. Take a breath in, breathing out. So probably enough said and too much already. But the main thing that I was thinking this morning, where are we now? Where am I now? Where is this I that I constantly refer to, that is objectively looking at, riding the waves in a small boat with a tick too quick, you and me? Take a breath in, please. Breathe out just now, as I was saying earlier, again, listening to Rinpoche's teaching, and I remember, drop your chin slightly toward the clavicle notch. There's a reason for that. And let your eyes, this word I like now, shudder. Well, like when we have a shutter, you know those blinds you twist and they can go down, they can go up, but you shutter the light. So you relax your eyes. Your tongue is in the roof of the mouth. Remain in stillness with your tongue in the roof of the mouth, teeth are separated, the lips are lightly touching. Breathe evenly with awareness through the left and right channel. And as you breathe in, allow the abdominal wall to expand as the breath goes all the way down to the juncture of the three channels, or all the way down to the base of the abdominal area. The breath flows in, and the breath flows out. So this is not the breath that is more out than in. This is like the breath of a shamatha, or a shine, or calm abiding, to breathe in, to breathe out. And now, gently breathing out through your mouth. Let the palms just rest on your knees and the eyes on the horizontal plane. And perhaps, and if you don't, send out this picture again. I have this Rinpoche, Tuku Rinpoche, he is sitting like this. And he gave me, this was in the early years, this is so many years ago now. He gave me his picture, and he signed it with his thumbprint. So in one way, I have many relics and essences of Rinpoche. But he said, this picture is very famous. I'm looking to see if anyone has it displayed. I don't see. It's not the one that's behind me, even though that's a very special picture. But just to sit, so he would say, sit as me, and just rest. And now, this is where more breath out than in. Breathing in gently through like a gentle breeze, or like the breeze that moves the aspen leaves. You just rest. Om Champa would say, let go, let be. What is it that we let go and let be? Our body, our speech, our mind. We let go and let be whatever is arising in this moment. In your conscious awareness, what arises in thoughts. As soon as that thought arises, Let it go. And then maybe there is some thought that wishes to linger, and it keeps looping over and over. Again, let it go. And then there's some future thoughts, already thinking about what I will do today, what do I have to do tomorrow, etc. Let it go. We're not being irresponsible. We will attend to them with responsibility. But in this presentness, let go and let be. Gently breathe in and gently breathe out. So maybe tomorrow I want to read the words of Talopa again. So I have been practicing the admittment, Edrum, of Talopa. To sit in stillness like a mountain. To let your breath be natural like the breeze. Look into the space and rest. Breathing out again. I hope in that brief moment that you recognize the innate nature of your own peace, the innate nature of harmony, and the innate nature of just being present. Rinpoche gave an analogy, sort of jumping ahead. Why the crystal we use? You are the crystal, the essence of Buddha nature, like a crystal. But we don't recognize. We're always looking for the light that is outside. But you cannot recognize the light outside without knowing the light within. You are the light. You know, it sounds sort of very, and I mean no disrespect, new agey, a little bit corny. You are the light. The essence of your consciousness is light. The crystal, the same as Buddha nature or consciousness, can refract light. It can reflect light. It can capture light. And it has the essence of light. The crystal has clarity. Therefore, your nature is one of clarity. To reflect light, to refract light, to see it in all of its various facets. But the crystal is light itself. Recognize. Take a breath in. Look toward and let go. So using metaphorming, look toward what? Look toward the looker and let go. But let's augment the words. Look toward the light and let go. Look toward the light. But you are the light. Yeah, thank you for not, you understand. Look toward the light and let go. When you look toward, isn't there a moment of recognition of your lightness, your light nature? But once we see it, oh, we want to hold on. But what happens when you cover the light? it becomes dark because you've covered up the light. Nobody can see. The light is on, but nobody can see. Remove the veil of apprehension and various propensities, and the light that was ever effervescent, never went out, will be seen. I hope it's like that. So I'll say once again, Rinpoche said, look toward, let go. Look to the looker and let go. So therefore, look to the self-primordial radiant light and let go. Holding on is nothing more than ego cherishing, ego grasping. And whether we're happy or laughing or crying or sad or sick or dying, the light is still ever present. You'll see. So let your practice be every moment, every day, every hour. Do not stray. Remember, look to the light and be. Take a breath in, breathing out, ah sound, 3 times. Ah, ah, ah. Crystalline, radiant light. I wish it was possible, I think of me, from all of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas that surround us. I want to be like magnifying glass. When I was a small child in Alabama, I liked to play with the magnifying glass reflecting the moon and the sun on dry leaves. I wish I could be like that magnifying glass of my childhood and send a beam to thee. And the radiant light of the sun of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, the great masters, Rinpoche, would strike each one of your hearts. And like the blossoming of the lotus flower, it would radiate out every hour, filling your bones, that your bones and the marrow would be awakened. And you would know with confidence, without a doubt, you are the light of the universe. I was talking to one of the young masters of my sophomore class, and she said, we are all born of the stars, meaning that light that permeates the totality of the multiverses, like the water of the sea, we are integrated, traveling connectedly. Take a breath in again. Too many just mind rambling along. So I apologize for some irrelevant babbling. Today, let's do, I know Wednesday is Sojong, I believe. So, but today let's do Rinpoche practice, and I will try to do it in a way. I know how to do it, so I just go through, but maybe make a little bit more simple today. But the main thing is to connect to the beingness of presence, to connect to awakening from the dream, to navigating the dream, to having confidence in the Buddha nature of your own light, to reestablish why that we're not falling into a pedantic rut of just, okay, now we have to do meditation. Now I have to go do this. Now I have to do. I want to do. It is my pleasure to do. It is not just doing because I have to. That one really wishes to be like the great bodhisattvas. That no matter what occurs, that we are here in this time of incarnation, reincarnation, to continue to be a benefit to all sentient beings. Today, when you look upon other sentient beings in your household, outside, oh, this is my mother. Oh, I hope this mother is happy. I hope this mother has no suffering. Maybe you see someone bent and broken. Oh, this is my mother. And real compassion arises. So please, as you continue in your endeavors to awaken, which you already are, keep reaffirming and making damsak. Why am I doing? Because it's coming from your heart. Take a breath in, please. And from that space of calm, abiding, and clarity, calm, abiding, and clarity, and the awakened state of your own primordial essence, Guru Rinpoche, the manifestation of all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, masters down to our present day teacher manifesting in the form of Guru Rinpoche, is before us. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Namo Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo. Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo. Gina Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gina Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo. Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gina Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gina Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gina Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gina Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo. Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gina Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gina Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gina Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, Gina Laga Dojo. Laga Dojo, get a Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, get a Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, get a Laga Dojo, Lama Laga Dojo, Zanga Laga Dojo, Laga Dojo, get a Laga Dojo. Now take a breath in again. You just climbed up to the mountain, you took your pack off, you took a drink of water, and you sat down. Take a breath in. You've taken refuge. No matter what your sorrows or troubles, your conflicts, lacks, fears may be, let them go. In this moment, you're free. Why? Because you've taken refuge. Under the banner, under the parasol, we're holding parasol, under the parasol of the enlightened ones. And all of the arrows and slings and rocks and fires cannot touch thee. Why? Because you're under the blessings of the great enlightened ones. And again, the refrain, in this moment, we're free. Free of all the entanglements, the concerns and the worries and the fears and the hopes and sorrows of samsara. Namakaji said once to me, our practice should be like climbing up to the top of a flagpole and standing on that little golden bulb that's there and survey the space and then leap, leap. Oh, you don't want to leap because you don't trust. So therefore, how can you fly? I hope you have trust. And that trust has to start deep within your heart, not with attachment. Whether we fly or whether we fall, not my concern. My concern is I leaped. Deva-san, he and his wife and daughter and dog sent me a picture once of a figure leaping into the space. And I always think, oh, this is Dzogchen teachings. Without fear, leap. Take a breath in. And we want to be an example of others. Even in our despair, even in our joy, even in our tears and our laughter, no matter what, we don't give up. We say, sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are infinite. I vow to liberate them. My delusions, our delusions, are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. And Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. So again, you've laid out your motivation, you've laid out your intent, and you've taken and reestablished Damsik and Samya of what will I do? This is what I will do. And we have role models that have gone before us to give us an example. The great bodhisattvas. May we join you. Sange don dan ge don ba be zo gun la da zo zo to me gab be zon dun gon jambe gab ba ge da ba dam ba gun la gun ba da je da ba jen lu bu da ba za da ni jen dam je nan gun jambe ba je ba za da ba de zen de be da je Dewa Jeba Gila Zazalo Zamba Sun Panden Doje Jen Red Zen One Gumbo Jambe Ba Tayi Nembo Demba Namba Za Namba Nembo Bajo Mundo Zon Uba Doje Ango Don Zon Don Nubo Dawa Dede Namayi Dazen Nanam Daje Baje Ju Zemzo Zemba Gila Zazalu Zen Doje Daje Juju Nga Dum Zum Banzan Damo Ramala Nindam Dum Dum Baje Baje Lu Medno Tanzan Wango Lu De Jun Doje Gita Tanzan Zen Dojo Galwa Jende Jejema Jitu Juma Dembe Babe We Dashi Lama Gela Jazalu Samba Dembo Donje Deme Bu Medu Dondo Jambo Dondo Bagi Bundo Lama Mezo Nando Dondo Jeje Dodo Doje Dondo Dodo Doje Marion Dodo Doje Gyaltsen Doje La Tashi Din din ge la cho la cha cha lo da do din de je wa zum bo la din din je wa zum wa dun du ne dun dun ba ba dun du ye she du da je de le bon zum zum ba do da do din de je wa zum bo la din din je wa dun du ne dun dun ba ba dun dun ye she du da je de le bon zum zum ba do do din je je wa zum bu la ye dun je wa zhen wa dun de ye dun dun ba ba zhen dun je xie du da xie de le gong zhong zhen ba xiu. So again, you should pause for a moment and have the thought, oh, I, even at my lowest level, but no need to judge. You are the bodhisattvas. You're the one who has taken the vow of the bodhisattvas. You are the ones who have connected through Dhamsek, through Samya, to the great enlightened ones, past, present, and future. It is the essence of your consciousness. It is still developing and growing. Or I'll rephrase that. Perhaps we are the ones who are developing and growing into the self-existence of the presentness of this quality, which is permeated throughout the totality of the cosmos of space. I hope you have the feeling of being in a great sea, and sometimes we are rushing about so busily, as the Lama says, busily not being there, busy being there. No wonder we're exhausted. That we don't settle into the natural flow of the currents that permeate all of space, like floating. Every now and again, you recognize. So in this moment, rest and become part, rephrase, rest and recognize that we're not separate from the cosmic sea. Maybe say it like that. Take a breath in, breathe out. So as Shanti Deva wrote his words down, and this is a condensed, the Bodhicharya Tavada, this is how he thought. I will stay hidden and practice. And maybe my writings and maybe my speaking will be of a reminder to someone and help, if no more than to remind me. Sangye dodan gidon la chanjo debo jige ba taba tane gebzuji shirab nanze nanze be sombe jenje dondo da sangye dondo nege de sombe jenjo sangye do jeze nanga namba dam dowa jeze nego ba jeze doje nego ne dowa taga sa wa so Jonam zele gede jon de jon zede zebe jon gola gombo ganyaba jon jembo jege jon do wa da da zamba ye sange do da di do ma jon nibo jege ba ta ba da ne gabu ji shira nje nje be zombe jenje don do da sange don do nege de zombe jenje sange do Jeze nanga napa na doba jeze nego ba jeze jode nego ne doba daga sa wa so shonan jele gede jon de jon jede jebe jon gula gombo ganje ba jenjo jembo jege jon Dowa Dada Zamba Yi Sangye Dona Yedola Janjo Bondo Jini Bada Bada Ne Gazoji Shira Nanje Danje Pe Zombe Tenje Dondo Da Zange Dondo Nege Zombe Jendo Zenge Do Nanga Nabadam Dowa Jeze Nego Ba Jeze Doje Nego Ne Dowa Derga Sawa All phenomena arise from their causes. Their causes are explained by the Buddha. The cessation of these causes too were taught thus by the great sage. With a wish for you all beings, I shall always go for refuge, the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, until I recognize and reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind for full awakening, the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain and dispel the misery, the suffering, and the causality of ignorance and misplaced desire and anger in this world through loving kindness and compassion. As I was saying earlier about patterns, I hope this pattern, these words, land and imprint all the way beyond a cellular impregnation, that you're stuffed like a sausage, stuffed with loving kindness and compassion. And you just, and then finally, it just burst out in all directions. You cannot help it. So that pattern, I hope that we have, and that really we don't care as long as there's space. As long as there's space, there's sentient beings, and as long as there's sentient beings, there's going to be suffering. But as long as there's space and sentient beings and suffering, then you will exist, because you made a vow that you will permeate space throughout all of time for the benefit of all mother beings. How many times have we already come? And how many times are we to come for the benefit of others? So I think about every time, every day when I say this, I want to imprint it. Maybe even before the last breath goes out, I will be mumbling. And someone will say, what is he mumbling? And you will say, he's saying, now he's dancing. Anyway, if nothing more on a Sunday morning, it's wonderful to see your smiles. Don't take it so serious. Enjoy your life. Boom. It will be like this day gone, and we won't even remember. So may you practice and practice, and that when the day of this life is gone, and you reawaken, like Ratten, you reawaken, and you will remember and continue your journey. As the Buddha continues to do. You should visualize Buddha an entourage above your head with all his attendants. Maybe we're sitting in one of the very famous groves with all of the disciples of the Buddha. We are one of the disciples of the Buddha in the past, in the present, as we will be in the future. Dayata umane mane mahamana yezua, dayata mamane mane mahamana yezua. Dayata umane mane mahamana yezua, dayata umane mane mahamana yezua, dayata mamane mahamana yezua. Dayata mamane mane mahamana yezua, dayata mamane mane mane yezua, dayata mamane mane yezua. Again, visualize that one is receiving the blessings of the Buddha, body, speech, mind, knowledge, wisdom, white, red, blue, and the 5 colors like rainbow coming to the navel, permeating every aspect of the body and flowing out into space. And in the presence of the Buddha and with the Buddha. So to practice in the presence of the Buddha, it's like having had the opportunity to practice in front, to sit with Jaja Rinpoche, Doga Rinpoche, sit with many great masters, and to feel the presence of their blessing. Imagine we are still in the presence of the Buddha and receiving directly the blessings. So as one teacher said, it's not that we're receiving the blessings from the Buddha. The Buddha is the essence of the blessings themselves. The Buddha is not separate from those blessings, nor are we, and those blessings permeate the totality of the cosmos. It's like, how can one be in the sea and not get wet? It's like that. We are in the sea of blessings. The Buddha is only sort of this momentary configuration that gives us a point of reference. I think like this. Practice Tonglen for the benefit of all sentient beings. Maybe you know someone now, or they're having a difficult time, maybe they're suffering, maybe they have gotten sick, or having financial or spiritual or some problem. You take their essence, take it away, and give them back blessings. Practice Tonglen. Count the outgoing breath. Now in our mind's eye, we visualize that which is motivated and our intentions have come to pass. And as we breathe out like water into water, the essence of the enlightened one's minds, their nature, their essence and nature are not separate from the essence and nature of our own enlightened mind. Even to let go of this our own, maybe just the enlightened qualities which is ever present within and connected all of us, to breathe out and rest in the unfabricated, unstained essence and nature in unity. As we breathe out, nothing lost, nothing gained. Lama Dibba Janjan Pizza Dajo Wapon Zum Zumbaja Renzen and Unzo do Dene Zinget and Baye Yoa de Sake Kambo de June Toma Nyanova Dine Shela Guba Show. I'll just take easy for a moment. And so again, before I came upstairs, maybe you already have this text. It's called Advice from the Lotus Monk. So I just, again, I was in contact with the attendants to Lama Rinpoche, who's in Kalimpong in retreat. One of my main teachers. But I told you you ask him a question, he would take maybe Milarepa's book, or he would take Guru Rinpoche and touch it to its head, and he would open it up. So I did that this morning, and it says the treasury of the precious jewels to dispel hindrances. Oh, so I didn't even read this part first. And this replies to questions. Who asked these questions of Guru Rinpoche? Yeshe Shogai. So one of his heart main disciples. So in the hermitage of Samya Chimpu, Lady Shogel, the princess of Karchen. So we have connections to Chimpu, Karchen, employed the master Padmakara, meaning Guru Rinpoche. Please pay heed, great master. Although you have shown an unintelligent girl like me that all of the world and its being are Dhammakayas, still my Dharma practice strays into theoretical understanding due to my contentious company with the habits of deluded perceptions. I beg you, please bestow upon me the instructions to enable me to join whatever I do with the innate nature of Dhammakaya. No, the innate nature of Dhammata. Dhammata, the great expanse of the unity of the enlightened qualities of all the Buddhas of past, present, and future. So again, as I was talking earlier, I think this paragraph sort of sums up perhaps more precisely what I was trying to babble about. Guru Rinpoche Padmasambhava replied, Surya, listen, you must possess these three key points when practicing the secret mantra teachings of the Great Theater. The key point of the body, the posture, the key point of the eyes, the gaze, and the key point of the mind, the way of resting. First of all, in a secluded place, sit in the cross-legged position upon a comfortable seat. Rest your arms in equanimity and straighten your back. If your body remains in its original state, meditation occurs naturally. Without assuming the physical posture, meditation doesn't happen. Next, for the gaze, don't close your eyes. Blink or glare sideways. Look directly and unwaveringly ahead. Since the eyesight and the consciousness share a simple or a single nature, Meditation occurs naturally. Without the right gaze, meditation doesn't happen. The key point of mind is this: don't let the natural state of your ordinary mind pursue past habitual patterns. Don't let it look forward to future activities of disturbing emotions. And don't let it fabricate anything in your present state by conceptualizing. Through resting consciousness in its natural mode, meditation occurs naturally. If you are distracted or diffused, meditation doesn't happen. When in this way, you let your three doors, body, speech, and mind, rest in this natural state, all gross and subtle thoughts subside, and your mind remains loosely in itself. This is called shamatha, rising calmly. When your mind is unobstructed, locationless, and naked in spontaneous wakefulness, this is called vipassana. When these two, calm abiding and clarity, when these two in a conscious instant stay vividly clear as an indivisible or indivisible unity, this is called shamatha or shine, in separate from vipassana, laton. Intellectual understanding is when you keep consciousness as an object. Experience is when you discover its locationlessness. And realization occurs when these states of mind remain vividly clear as the essence of your meditative practice. This is not any different than the realizations of the Buddhas of the three times. It is not a fabrication based on the master's profound instructions, nor a result of a disciple's sharp intellect. It is called arriving at the natural state of the ground. I hope you find this fantastic and so profound. And again, as I was thinking this morning and talking earlier, and now reading this, in a way, I hope you say, oh, he wasn't just making up babble, that he was trying to be concise as the great Master Guru Rinpoche. And who am I to even say those words when I am just a bug in comparison to? But may I be a bug at the feet of Guru Rinpoche. I hope in my past life I was like some mosquito which he accidentally swooshed between his fingers. And here I am now. But anyway, I hope by hearing the words of the great teachers, and as I said earlier, we'll do for a moment before we continue, place your hands upon your knees. Now, you should be able to better form and relate. The picture or the photo of Guru Rinpoche manifesting in the form of Tulku Urgyen Rinpoche, because he is Guru Rinpoche. And how did he say sit? He said, sit just as me. Simple, in stillness, gently breathe, and let the eyes rest. And as Guru Rinpoche just gave the instructions to Lady Yeshe Shogel, the placement of the body, the placement of the breath, the placement of the eyes, and the placement of the mind. Recognize you're free. This present moment of recognition is the seed of the essence of the Guru's mind. And so from that place, visualize Guru Rinpoche directly in front of you. Urgyen Samten Ling Gonpa, Gyaltsen Gyaltsen Pema June Sudra, Gudu Kando Mampu Keke Tatsu Tadreki, Chinji Lashe Satsu Guru Pema Didi Urgyen Samten Ling Gonpa Gyaltsen Gyaltsen Udu Nando Mango Gurgegi Zazu Darugi Genji Laji Zazu Guru Bama Siti. So your visualization should be that of the Dzogchen. Ima wo jojo jogi gengi senga jojo ne jojo gaga me pegam jojo no jojo wa jembo go nanga jendo joje joje me nama jogi go la zo wa de bongen de ma jo ne la zo wa de Dejen dogi jumbe senga jo konjo nyanda nyuden jende Dejen gen je wa je de go doje je ra ne zo 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 Nama do jojo gula zuwade, bunye bema janela zuwade. Mijen de bezen kanzo, doje jebo de we jamaja. Dala gande berge doje de dama jo da don zonge. Nama tu be gula zuwade, bunye bema janela zuwade. So still connecting to Dzogchen and all the entourage surrounding Rinpoche and Lady Shoget. Gunzon dozam gera jira jem ma gera mina jojo jojo nana zozo dada nama nana zowada tembe dolje dolje don doje lonjo dobe doya nuru dunde dumbe dozo mi gode goge tode lonje na Prime ozo jala zowada bzejen gede dola jeje Prime ozo riendo dozo oza donje nambe najoba. Jeme lembe jala zoba de dozo genge bema jenege. Jodo dubo gozo gozo go zange lembe nyendo gendo. Kunzo jamba jala zoba de ome joye yenge bodana. Dozo zange goje guru nge ranzem gogo gondo donze de. So Lama nala zoba de. Riromen jogi yogi bodhango dozo sange goji goge Rantem gogo gozo donte bazo we lambe jala zoade Yowa gondo yonda lama dandro me jogi bala gojo tenzanda manje wando nezo ne Doji jinji go bango tuso. So now white, red, and blue, you're receiving the blessings from the Dzogchen. Uma hum soha, uma hum soha, uma hum soha. Then take the yogic posture and focus on the precious vase body, the hollow body, the chakras, the channels, the nadis, etc. The intent is to cleanse and purify. Breathe in, come to the knees. Breathe out. And cleansing and purifying. A little quicker. Focus on the center channel. Breathe out. All of the winds balance within. Rest. Whatever remaining hindrances, defilements, negativities, obscurations, disease, let go. Visualization to clear and cleanse the speech. Om a I Rive Lele E O Kaka Gagana Tata Dana Tata Dana Tata Dana Baba Bama Yawa Chaka Cha Omedanama Hitupara Hitutagata Hayo Watutakinsa Yunoroa E Vaminima Samana Soha. So now you have purity of breath. Let your words be melodious and speak your truth. And everyone you speak to, may they be blessed. Vadra Samaya Za Bamo Om Ritsa Ramani Pavadaye Soha. So Vadra Samaya Za Bamo Om Badra Amrita Kundele Hana Om He. Then you invite Rinpoche, please come. Ranji Nini only Ozo Tube Lama Dan Nizobe Gonjen Dorje Gabo Lonjon Dan Tutse Gario Mizowa Mebe Kurwa Gun Dindanga Baza Sama Sa. So now Guru Rinpoche and entourage in front of you, but this is Guru Rinpoche now manifesting as Linzen Drupa, the assemblage of the Vidyadharas in front of you. Sange Todan Zoge Jonan La Chenjo Badu Dani Kapsuji Daji Jenjo Ge Pejo Namge Jola Benze Chenge Jo Bajo Sange Todan Zoge Jonan La Chenjo Badu Dani Kapsuji Daji Jenjo Ge Pejo Namge Jola Benze Chenge Jo Bajo Sange Todan Zoge Jonan La Chenjo Badu Dani Kapsuji Daji Jenjo Ge Pejo Namge Jola Benze Chenge Jo Bajo Za Zoje Naranga Temba to acknowledge all of the benevolent energies that manifest within our existence so that we can be of benefit to others. Om Bada Mahasri Hara Garho Dene Dorje Torwa Gu Ze Ram Nyam Kam Om Zarva Judo Zarva Dame Zurde Judo Tonde Nende Dende Ramboje Nenye Senge Jewe Nando Torwa Godo Doro Numbu Buzo Zombo Dajen Gazo Jembo Gu Oma Om Bume Pate Sapa Rira Rar Va Zatsu Manza Sapa Na Pa Te Che Te Bala Na Ta Namo Sabata Gata Bayu Mishu Mugube Sabata Mugete Sapa Ran Minagam Soha Namo Sabata Gata Bayu Mishu Mugube Sabata Mugete Sapa Ran Minagam Soha Namo Sabata Gata Bayu Mishu Mugube Sabata Mugete Sapa Ran Minagam Soha Ne Gada Na Ne La Don Do 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 Den Do Gaden Do do da do de 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 ge de da do do da da na ne la do do zen bo da zen da da ge do da do de ge de da do da da na ne la do zen a zen da da ge do da do de ge de da do se bume bate yari da Now you acknowledge all of the malevolent entities or energies or occurrences over you, whether it's some deity, obstructors, whatever you wish to call. But we know there are many helping agents that come into our existence and they are distracting, obscuring aspects. So we can put it in whatever form you wish, but we acknowledge at a very sort of tangible, practical level. Umbadum Mahasri Haragan Dene Dorje Torva Good. Use Ram Yam Ham Om Zarva Judo Zarva Dhamma Dude Judo Tome Dende Rembo de Ninja Gete Nodo Torma Gondo Dorva Nuba Gondo Zombo Dojan Gazo Jambo Oma Om Om Zarabutraga Zara Zarabutraga Zara Zarabutraga Zara Za. We summons all of these negative energies. You come here now. Then you come, and then we offer to them. Oh, Sarva, Om Sarva Begine. Om Sarva Begine. Namo Sarva Datagata by Mishimube. Sarva Tambakita Saparana Minam Grihana Idam Balinda. Yes, oh. Om Sarva Begine. Namo Sarva Datagata by Mishimube. Sarva Saparana Idam Grana Granidam Balinda. Yes, oh. Om Savanegene Nomu Zavadadagada Imijumu Zavadabagate Saparana Iranam Granam Grihana Iram Barinda Kaye Soha. Now you go away. So we send them away, but we're not upset. We go, no, please, you go away. Go and eat and make food for you. Don't worry, tomorrow I will do the same thing. But for now, stop making problems. And to cleanse and purify. I may have to go 10, 15 minutes over, so please bear with me. I'm trying to get through too much talking. Sudogaya Mabova, Sudogaya Mabova, Narata Mabova, Silva City, Mebrega, Amazone, Sedum Zirum Guru Hum, Bhagavan, Samaya Sadua. You're cleansing and purifying the totality of the mandala of space. Badruzada Samaya, Mano Papaya, Badruzada Denova, Mabova, Sudogaya Mabova. Subogaya Mabova, Naradu Mabova, Zavazine, Mebea, Zaragama, Zazan, Sarada Dagada Baruman, Muzamazava, Mahazamaya, Zadova, Zamaya Mano, Badruzadu Nova, Mabova, Zudokaya Mabova, Zudokaya Mabova, Amaradu Mabova, Zavazine, Mebea, Zaragama, Zazan, Zawada Barum and Muzamande Bava Mahazamaya Zatua, Badruzatu Samaya Manovada, Badruzatu Denova, the Nabova, Zudokaya Nabova, Zudokaya Nabova, Hanaratu Nabova, Zawazidi. Zawagamazudu Nezidum Sirunduru, Mahavan. Saradagada Badruman and Muzamande Bava Mahazamaya Zatua. Badruzadu Samaya Manovada, Badruzadu Denova, Sudogaya Mabova, Sudogaya Mabova, Narada Mabova, Zawazire Mebraya Zagamus, Situm Sirum Guru, Zavada Badruman, Muzavanda Govana Zama, Umbadruzado Zamaya Manovada, Badruzado Denova, Mabova, Sudogaya Mabova, Sudogaya Mabova, Narada Mabova, Azuzaragama Zudume, Zedum Guru, Bhagavan Zavada Badruman, and Muzavanda Govana Zamaya Tatu. Manovada Yabadru Zabudenova, the Nova Zudogaya Nova, Zudogaya Nova, Narada Nova, Zavazin, Tudumezadun Zirunguru, Bhagavan Zavada Badruman, and Muzavanda to what on but that is Amaya Manova, Anaradona was it in every other Zaramazudane, Zedum Zirunguru, home, Pinzabo and Mahazamaya Zado, Badruzado Zamaya Manova, Yabaduzabudinova, Zudogaya Mabua, Zudogaya Mabua, Narada Mabua. So was it in every other Zaragama Zazan, Sada Badruman Now you place the boundaries, you set the boundaries, meaning you set up a boundary now. This become a current word in our culture is establishing your boundaries. So please establish your boundaries, but let those boundaries be established not out of anger or fear or egocentricness. Boundaries, oh, is mine, is belongs to me. No, our boundaries are set from the place of loving kindness and compassion for the benefit of all sentient beings. Thus we say, Shri Nanje Dhumba Rajana La Bheda Baje Manye Me Uru Nando Dube Don Tonye Nandu Samje Du Uma Hum Soha Uma Hum Soha Uma Hum Soha. So you've established the Vajra fence. And the real boundaries we need to set is against the demons of our own self-creation, ignorance and desire and anger and arrogance and lust and greed and stupidity and arrogance and pride. These are the real demons. I can tell you from my side. I don't know about you. Maybe you have a different set. And to counteract those, we use the four great immeasurables, loving kindness and compassion, joyousness and equanimity, like that. Sunjan Jante Joba Dan Doba Gunda Doba Guji Donga Dan Doge Gunda Doba Guji Donge Bebe Jamba Jamba Dan Beda Waguji Nire Dan Dewa Nenez Benela Namba Guji Sunjan Jante Joba Dan Doba Gunda Doba Guji Donga Dan Doge Gunda Doba Guji Donge Bebe Jamba Jamba Dan Meda Waguji Nire Dan Dewa Nenez Nela Namaguji Shinja Tamja Jua Dan Dua Gunda Dua Guji Donga Da Donga Gi Gwanda Dua Guji Donga Mebe Damba Damba Da Meda Waguji Mirin Da Da Dewa Zendemela Namaguji. Then, like the great Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, not the Kunduzumpo, but one of the eight great bodhisattvas. Imagine yourself to be like this, who could he made the, I don't like to say, but it said he made the grandest of offerings, the most auspicious offerings, and most he offered his own body, speech, and mind, and light and quality for the benefit of all sentient beings. And you start with the seventh branch. 작솔 완전 조제 저와다 저저 내내 문제 저와이 요와 제제 단제 저제 바전제 조바 전제 제고. So now you are the great Bodhisattva Samantabhadra, manifesting innumerable, immeasurable offerings to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, lineage masters, and to one's own teacher. Sashi Puja Jojo Mijo Ram Riva Nede Zambagi Zangi Zende Meda Bobayi Domyananda Zenda Jova Jo Idamana Mandruna Kanada Taya Mezachi Puja Jojo Mijo Riva Nede Zambagi Zangi Zende Meda Bobayi Domyananda Zenda Jova Jo Idamana Mandruna Kanada Taya Me. Okay, pause for a moment. You can see in the 1, 2, at least in my third row, there's Mr. Sakya. Every one of his Buddhas, every one of the objects in his store, we multiply immeasurable and we offer up. Then when we finish the prayer, Mr. Sakya will look around and go, there's nothing here, it's all gone. Oh, wonderful, the Buddha took them. Sashi Puji Jojo Mijo Dram Ribbons and Nidhi Zambagi Zangi Zenda Meta Buwayi. Don't give them the Zenda Jubasho. Idam Randa Mandrulaka. Taya me. I even offer Mr. Sakya. Mr. Sakya, I give you to the Buddhas. Om Badrazata Samaya, Manoparaya, Badrazata Denapa, Deduja Mebova, Sudogaya Mebova, Subokaya Mebova, Anarata Mebova, Zowazide Mebreya Zara, Situm Zirum Guru Hum, ha 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 ho, Bhagavan. Sarada Gata Badrumane Muzovenda Bova, Mahasamaya, Badrazata Samaya. Manobalaya Badruzaru Denova, Dedu Nabova, Sudogaya Mabova, Zubogaya Mabova, Amarado Nabova, Savasiri Nebrea, Zuzara Gambazame, Sudum Zirum Guru Hum, Bhagavan Savada Bagata Saruman and Samaya Satu. So now you should visualize Guru Rinpoche. If you have the Rinzin Drupa, Tsakli, or just visualize just Guru Rinpoche in front of you, because everything is contained. So we invite Bhadra Samaya Za. So assemblage of Vidyahadras. We only do this 5-line prayer. Sri Madhu Tude Nama Jogi Gu Deje Doje Nama Jogi Je Badun Madhu Nama Drubegu Kunzon Doje Jenla Sovade Ati Pru Pate Saho. Now the deity sits down in the heart space. Is lotus and the sun, moon disk. In the middle of that is the seed syllable hum. And around the middle of the Dorje where the seed syllable is Om Hum Bhadra Guru Dhamma Siddhi Hum, written counterclockwise, moving clockwise. Radiant rainbow light flows out from the Dorje in one's heart, filling one's body, and flowing out in the 10 directions for the benefit of all sentient beings, going out as blessing, as offering and cleansing and purifying, but also gathering. So you're gathering back all of the wisdom and knowledge of all the Buddhas in past, present, and future, which is representative of Guru Rinpoche, whom now you have become that deity. Now many wonderful offerings are made. Om Bhadra Argam Bhatam Dupe Aloke Gande Newade Shata Rupa Shata Gande Rasha Shepa She Dharma Data Tutsa Oh. Focus on the heart space, focus on the visualization, and sometimes just let your mind rest. Okay, I have to go to 1:45. If you need to leave, I understand. I'm so sorry. Om Badu Guru Bamazari Om Badu Bamazari Om Badu Guru Bamazari Om Badu Guru Bamazari Om Badu Bamazari Om Badu Guru Bamazari Om Badu Guru Bamazari Om Badu Guru Bamazari Om Badu Guru Bamazari Om Om Badu Guru Bamazari 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 Om Bhadra Guru Bamazari Om Bhadra Guru Bamazari Om A I U Rili O Anga Kaka Ganga Zata Zatanya Tata Tatana Tata Tatana Papa Papa Yawa Shaga Sahasha Om Bhadra Zata Namaya Manupadaya Bhadra Zata Denova Dudu Magoa Dudu Gaya Magoa Dudu Gaya Magoa Anagata Magoa Dudu Gaya Magoa Sedam Sedam Guru Hum Ha 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 Bada Wanda Wada Hada Hada Mani Mudo Nante Bawana Asamaya Patua Umeda Na Hedu Barawa Hedu Gata Haya Wata Tajanta Yonaroha Ye Ramen Mahasamana Soha. Then we go Dhammapada. So to review those both bound ones, to take care and remove the absolutes, the hindrance, defilements, negative karmic action, and disease, to bring the auspicious circumstances to all sentient beings. So first, Namo Guru Be, Namo Guru Be, Namo Guru Be. Now we must summons them. Deva Dande Damzege Dadan Dumbo and So I hope you have been thinking about and understanding the Dhammapalas. So yeah. Om Sri Binda Hedaka Rule Rule Hum Jo Hum Pe Dene Banje, Domne Ramyam, Dobe, Tonje, Yejun, Zedru, Tru, Namze, Yeje, Jeme, Jojen, Jen, Namge, Zoge, Gu, Zeze, Ram, Yam, Ram, Uma, Uma, Sri Guru was it, Oye, Yele, Beje, Baze, Zawa, Zazona, Doje, Konde, Doge, Kondruge, Jebe, Dode, Konde, Se, Maha, Kala, Nambo, Gago, Zo, Ige, Zade, Kondo, Momoda, Ate, Mama, Nene, Dawa, Zo, Mahu, Gola, Nande, Dande, Ge, Neje, Toma, Doma, Deje, La, Aje, Dode, Zede, Toma, Da, Nene, Neje, Dawa, Zomba, Zo, Kende, Dela, Doma, Zoge, Kan, Dode, Dode, Dawa, Dawa, Ye, Dode, Dawa, Dawa, Ye, Dode, 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 Dawa, Zo, Kende, Dode, 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 Doge, Dawa, Dode, Dode, Doge, Dode, Gato, Dode, 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 Konde, Gato, Dode, Dada, Dome, Nana, Dede, Go, Dode, Nama, Dode, Nama, De, Jena, Dawe, Nana, Dode, De, Sazo, Gato, Gato, Dode, Ge, Eba, Gato, Gege, Dode, Dam, Babo, Dode, Dode, Konde, Dode, Dode, Lekba, Dode, De, Sado, Damo, Dama, Dode, Ge, Dode, Momo, Mene, Dama, Da, Dode, Gade, Dode, Dama, De, Jena, Dawe, Dade, Dode, Na, Doma, Dode, Dada, Gado, Dode, Dode, Gado, Zazo, Ro, Dende, Dama, Dama, Dode, Gado, Dende, Gade, Dama, Do, Domo, Yoge, Zage, Dama, Dama, Dada, Dama, Zo, Dozunze, Mabo, Gode, De, Dage, Konde, Dama, Deje, La, Dama, Gado, Nande, Mono, Do, Mode, Yede, Dama, Zoge, Dobe, Dode, Dawa, Dama, Ye, Dode, Dode, Dawa, Dode, Ge, Nage, Dode, Doma, Dama, Zo, Dode, Dode, Dawa, Dama, Ro, Saje, Dobe, Dode, Zede, La, Bade, Bode, Dawa, Dade, Dode, Dode, Landa, Tazo, Zo, Hong, Nage, Doma, Yege, Zede, Ma, Dede, Namba, Lazen, Dowa, La, Doge, Modo, Dema, Dema, De, Dazo, Zembo, Zazo, Ro, La, Dojo, Zembo, Zemba, Dede, Da, Jendo, Nambo, Gende, Dage, Da, Dage, Buddha, Bela, Tine, Za, Daga, Dende, Zoge, Jonam, Ge, Godo, Dodo, Dodo, Deje, Da, Seze, Razo, 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 De, Domo, Binda, 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 De, Nava, Jeje, Baba, Gado, Zo, Jeje, Gado, Jonam, Ge, Jeje, Doma, Deje, Da, Dada, Dode, Gode, La, Abe, Dada, Mana, Na, Dada, Dada, Meba, Zo, Dodo, Dode, Godo, Ze, Nada, Ge, La, Zaba, Ye, Dage, Dodo, Dela, Zo, Dade, Dede, Dela, Zo, Dode, Dode, Dama, Zo, Mada, Dode, Dama, Dono, Nama, Dela, Zo, Mada, Dode, Dama, Jeje, Maba, Meba, Zo, Dede, Dede, Bela, Zo, Dona, Bate, Doa, La, Bela, Dode, Zoa, Ma, Dode, Dode, Godo, Zo. Zumbadru Zatu Zamaya, Mano Palaya, Badru Zatu Denova, Dudu Nubova, Zudogaya Nubova, Zudogaya Nubova, Amarado Nubova, so was it in the Gray of the Zara Lama Zudome, Second Guru, Hum, Sada Dada Gada Badru Nani Muzogan de Bova, Zamaya Badua, Umbadru Zatu Zamaya, Mano Palaya, Badru Zatu Denova, Dudu Nubova, Zudogaya Nubova, Zudogaya Nubova, Amarado Nubova, so was it in the Gray of the Zara Lama Zudome, Second Guru, Hum, Overoma. Sada Dada Gada Badruna Nemuzogan de Bava, Zamaya Badu, Arumbadu, Samaya Manobala Yabadu, Zadu, Denova, Dudu Nubova, Zudogaya Nubova, Zudu. Cortanda Gato Nubova, so was it in the Gray of the Zara Lama Zudome, Guru, Hum, Sada Dada Gada Badruna Nemuzogan de Bava, Zamaya Badu, Ze, Ah, ah, ah. Urgyen Lama Rinzen ne Doma Nyo Nyanova de Nejela. Thupten, Lame Kunze Tumbada, Guyabyo Wajiki Wada. Tajumado Danda Dundo Zangezo Dato Bato, Dembe Gajo Meje Vedin, Dizingi Buzidin, you like a Dembe no Dano Dato Bagi, Demba Yomina Veda Vijo, into the Jumba Jemba, Sedru Dembe Danda Jene, Zomelame, the Demba Sedru Zungum Bezenguji, Genjo Zenjoran Doje, Mange Banange Guji. Gemba namba me ba ye go ne go do so. Kazo da ye don we don do jo go yen do jo jen be she do jo na da we ba le me go zo do. Dum ba dum da da shi da le sho. Da ye da on ga de da de zum ga de bo de zo a. Da ye da mon ga de da de zum ga de bo de zo a. Da ye da mon ga de da de zum ga de bo de zo a. Let go of what is past. Let go of what may come. Let go of what is happening now. Don't try to figure anything out. Don't try to make anything happen. Don't fabricate or cling or grasp or fixate or change. Let go, let be. Perhaps you could do one more sessions today. You can do 7-line prayer. Try to do 500 recitation of Guru mantra, and then 5-10 minutes, sit as the great master gave the advice. Sit in stillness. Let your breath be natural. Let your mind be spacious and luminous like the sky. And like Talopa says, relax, like now, and rest. I think it was President Jimmy Carter who spoke of 1,000 radiant lights, but he was off by 1 millionth to the 1 millionth power, innumerable lights that fill the universe. As I said earlier, you have no doubt are among the lights. In essence, you are the light. Have a wonderful rest of the day. As my daughter says, be safe, have fun, and be in the light. Many blessings. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you,
Thank you, Rinpoche. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Thank you, everyone.
Put everything back
Thank you.
in store.